What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be changing our V-belt case air filter element. The manual tells me to change it every 12,500 miles. Right now I'm a little under, around 11,600, but who cares? Let's change it anyways. It only costs about $2-3 on Partzilla, so why not? So the first step is removing the top air filter cover. If you don't have a JIS screwdriver, you can use a regular Phillips head screwdriver to remove the case. It's going to take about 9 screws, maybe 10, but you will need a JIS screwdriver to remove the bottom case. To remove the V-belt case cover in the bottom, you are going to need a impact driver with a JIS bit on it or a JIS screwdriver. Do not try to use a Phillips head screwdriver. You will destroy the screw. You'll ruin the head. There's 6 screws we're going to be removing. One here, 2 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Again, we're going to be using the JIS impact driver to remove them. This is what happens to your screw if you try to use a regular screwdriver, a regular Phillips head screwdriver, so do not do it. Instead, I bought myself an impact driver called from a company called Vessel. It's pretty badass. You just take 1 or 2 whacks. Each whack turns the screw 12 degrees. It took about 2 good whacks, and I was able to loosen the screw by hand. It's pretty awesome. This particular screwdriver is a number 3 screwdriver. I will recommend buying the entire set so that you can use it on the other screws of the Zuma. All right, so by now you should have your top cover off and set to the side. You should already have your bottom cover screws off, and your cover should pop right off. Once the V-belt cover is off, all we have to do is grab the old air element filter and inspect it. We're not going to inspect it because we're just going to throw it away and replace it. This one's pretty bad, so we're just going to dump it and focus on the case cover itself. It's pretty dirty, as you can see, so grab yourself a toothbrush, and we're going to be giving it a good brushing and getting rid of any dust or any debris or hairs that might have been collecting inside of the cover. So give it a good brushing, and then we'll get on to the new filter. All right, so you're gonna grab your new air filter. Here's what it looks like. Here's a serial number if you need it. You're also gonna need foam air filter oil. You're gonna need this one specifically, so grab yourself a bottle, and you're gonna need some Ziploc bags. We'll be taking the air filter oil and pouring it into the Ziploc bag, and then once that's in there, we're gonna take the air filter, put it inside the bag, give it a good shaking or squeezing so that the filter can absorb the oil. One thing to note is that your air filter has a yellow side and a black side. The yellow side will be facing outward. So grab your oil, pour it into the Ziploc bag, and I'm gonna go little by little. I'm gonna grab my air filter, just put it inside there. It's not that easy doing it with one hand while I hold the camera. So bear with me. I'm gonna put it inside. We're gonna lock up the Ziploc bag, and we're gonna give it a good massage. We're gonna take the air filter to the spot. One thing that I should mention that I did not do was wear gloves. Put on some gloves because this oil is really sticky, and it does get stuck in your hands for quite some time. I used alcohol, soap, and it did not want to come off. So put on some gloves. I'm going to be adding more oil so I can saturate the top half of the filter. Just going to pour some in there, close it back up, and I'm going to keep squeezing it. You do want to be gentle with it. You don't want to tear the sponge material. So just give it a nice little soft squeeze until we get the whole thing nice and oiled up. Once your filter is fully soaked, we're going to be taking it out, and we're going to be squeezing the excess out. The air filter should be wet but not dripping. So grab yourself some paper towels and just squeeze out the excess oil out of the filter. I was not able to film it because, like I said, I was not wearing any gloves, and that oil got all over my hands. It was really sticky, and I did not want to touch my phone. So just grab some paper towels, grab a few of them, and make sure all of it is off. Make sure it's wet but not dripping. And once you're done, all we have to do is grab it and just press it into the crankcase cover like that. Just make sure it's nice and tidy, and basically you're done. All we're gonna have to do is put the cover back on and just work ourselves back, put the screws back on, and we're done.